Hello, my name is Jayesh. Welcome to the session that discusses implementing the new Stop Service Request Process Flow capability, which is available from the 21A release of Oracle Utilities Customer Cloud Service. In this session, we will talk about this new feature and how it can impact your business. We will give you an overview of the new capability and the benefits to your business. Then we will explain what you need to consider when implementing this feature in your business. Finally, we will provide you with some additional resources. The new Stop Service Request Process Flow capability helps call center agents process stop service requests efficiently in a consistent manner by guiding them through the common steps and actions for stopping service. Here are some of the major highlights of the new capability. There is a visual representation at the top of most process flow panels so a call center agent can easily see where they are in a process flow. At the end of a process flow, a final summary displays key information for the stop service request. A call center agent can save an in-progress process flow. A saved process flow can then be resumed at a later stage to continue processing the stop service request. One or more additional persons may be attached to the account linked to the stop service request. For this, there is an inline person searching capability to allow a call center agent to easily identify and then link additional persons to the account. If required, they can also unlink additional persons that are already linked to the account. For example, a flatmate who will no longer be associated with the main account holder. A call center agent can also capture new and updated details for certain predefined attributes. The configurability associated with processing stop service requests has been greatly expanded compared to what was available in previous releases. There are several business controls or configuration options and extension points to support various business requirements. For further details about using this new capability, please refer to the Using Stop Service Request Process Flow video. Now, the new capability is an alternative option for processing stop service requests rather than using the existing start-stop transaction. In this implementation advice section, we will go through what you need to consider to enable the Stop Service Request Process Flow capability in your business. There are two main tasks that you should complete to enable the new capability. First, you must configure one or more customer service request types for processing stop service requests. These contain the business rules or configuration options and extension points to support various business requirements. Stop service request process flows and related customer service requests use these for processing stop service requests. Multiple customer service request types may be required if the business controls or configuration options and/or extension points differ between jurisdictions, that is, CIS divisions and customer classes. Finally, you must configure an action method for processing stop service requests. When initiating a stop service request, the solution initially creates a process flow and parent customer service request. The process flow type and customer service request type for these are derived from the action method. Now, this demonstration will show you what you need to configure to enable the stop service request process flow capability. As mentioned earlier, the first task is to define one or more customer service request types for stop service requests. There are 8 sections that contain various configuration options, these being main, characteristics, UI override controls, stop service controls, premise business controls, account controls, and customer contact controls. We will now look at each of these in a bit more detail. In the main section, the main configuration options are the various business objects to be used to process stop service requests based on this customer service request type. Here, you specify the parent customer service request business object, which manages the overall stop service request. You also specify the various child customer service request business objects, which will be used for updating person, account, service agreement, and premise records. Next, the characteristics section is used to define characteristics, both type and value, to be associated with this customer service request type. The UI Override Control section allows you to completely override the summary header on process flows for stop service requests with a custom UI section. Now, in the base product delivered stop service related process flow type, each panel is built up of nested or included data areas that define the HTML to present information to a call center agent. When a customer service request type indicates a UI section is to be overridden, an extension data area replaces the UI component of the base product delivered data area with a custom replacement UI section. For more information about overriding the summary header UI section, refer to the Understanding UI Override Controls section in the Customer to Meter Administrative User Guide. The Stop Service Controls section allows you to define various configuration options for stopping service. These are used by the Services to Stop panel of process flows that reference this customer service request type, and the initiating logic to stop service agreements. The Disable Manual Service Date checkbox enables you to force call center agents to use a date picker when populating the stop date on the Services to Stop panel. This prevents them from mistyping the stop date. In addition to this, you can specify an algorithm to validate that the entered date is within a reasonable range. You can also define whether the stop requested by field is to be displayed for call center agents to populate. In addition to this, you can also define whether stop service note fields are available for call center agents to populate when selecting services to stop. This is typically used to capture notes to pass the field activities for stopping service. You can define whether these are captured at the premise level, which will apply to all service points linked to a premise, and/or at the service point level. The Determine Services to Stop algorithm is used to get a list of service agreements that are eligible to stop for the account. The base product delivered algorithm includes both premise-based and non-premise-based service agreements. These are then displayed on the Services to Stop panel. The Process Services to Stop algorithm is used to transition selected active service agreements to pending stop. These transitions occur via service agreement related child customer service requests. Now, if the base product delivered algorithms for these plugin spots do not meet your business rules, you can plug in your own implementation specific algorithms. The next lot of configuration options in the Stop Service Control section may be used to remove or filter the service agreements that are returned by the algorithm in the Determine Services to Stop algorithm plugin spot. For more information, refer to the inline help on the customer service request type and detailed descriptions on related algorithm types. Now, the Premise Control section is used to indicate which predefined premise attributes, if any, can be updated when stopping service. You can indicate which attributes to display on process flows, which attributes not to display, or which ones to only display if there is existing information. This last setting is useful if you want to verify if existing information is still accurate, but the stop service request is not focused on collecting this information. The Person Business Controls section allows you to define various configuration options used by the Person and Account Details panel of process flows that reference this customer service request type. The first lot of configuration options are used when searching for other persons to add to the account. You can indicate if the person search capability should include options to allow searching by phone and/or email details. You can also replace the base product delivered person search service script if you want to implement a different kind of search compared to what the base product delivered service script offers. The remaining controls in the Person Business Control section allows you to define various configuration options separately for persons or individuals and businesses. Let's look at person controls first. The first part of the person control subsection is used to indicate which predefined person attributes, if any, may be updated when stopping service. You can indicate which attributes to display on process flows, which attributes not to display, or which ones to only display if there is existing information. This last setting is useful if you want to verify if existing information is still accurate, but the stop service request is not focused on collecting this information. The second part of the person control subsection is related to other persons on account. You can indicate if you want other persons that are linked to the account for stop service requests to be displayed on a process flow. You can also define the primary identifier types that may be used in person searches for any additional persons you want to add to the account. Additionally, you can configure which specific predefined attributes, if any, may be updated when stopping service for these additional persons. In the Business Control subsection of the Person Business Control section, you are able to define similar configurations options as in the Person Control subsection, but for business customers. The Account Control section is used to indicate which additional predefined account attributes, if any, may be updated when stopping service. You can indicate which attributes to display on process flows. Finally, the Customer Contact Control section is used to indicate if you want to create a customer contact when stopping service. Here, you can specify the customer contact class and customer contact type for the customer contact to be created. The second task to enable the stop service request process flow capability is to define an action method for the stop service action method role if one does not already exist. If one does exist, you will need to update this action method. This action method is referenced when you click the stop service hyperlink in the premise tree dashboard zone. Here, you define the default type of process flow to be initiated for a stop service request and the customer service request type that will be referenced by the process flow. You also have the option to plug and override process flow types and customer service request types for stop service requests if this is applicable to an implementation. For additional information about the new stop service request process flow capability, please see the Oracle Utilities Customer Cloud Service Library on Oracle Help Center, which is available at docs.oracle.com. This concludes this presentation. Thank you for watching.